Hey beauties, it's Riri. If you're new here, I'm an over 40 lover of all things beauty, and I love showcasing indie brands here on my channel. If that sounds like your cup of tea or your double shot, please consider subscribing and giving the video a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more of me, then turn on your notification bell so you never miss an upload. We're jumping right in. We are going to be going through all of my single shadows, but this is like pot shadows, glitters, super shock shadows, things like that. My single shadows are my JD Glow ones. I have a few from Laura Lee Los Angeles, and I have my Black Moxie. Those aren't going anywhere. So we're going to go through this little container here, and then I have a couple e.l.f. ones. And then I have some more kind of pot ones. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to go through all of these. I have a feeling I'm decluttering most of this. I just don't reach for these that often, which I wish I did because these are easy one and done makeup type products. So I'm going to dive in. Also, this is a little Plano, P-L-A-N-O tackle box. It was $4 at Walmart. You're welcome. All right, so I guess I'll start with the pile that's right beside me. I already gave this other one to my sister and my niece. I'm also going to get rid of this one. This is the e.l.f. like liquid glimmer eyeshadows. They're trash. They're not good, in my opinion. I don't like them. This one was very dry, wasn't opaque at all. It was decent once it was on, and it looked okay. I had the same experience with the green. They get patchy. You can't really build on them. I just don't like them. I just was not a fan of them, so that's definitely going. And also because most of these are cream type products, I give these to friends and family. You can't really sanitize these, although I do have a few beauties that you guys do take stuff like this from me, so be on the lookout. Next up, I'll go through my Empress Me Glitter Glazes. Any of the shades that I knew I wouldn't use when I got these in PR, I already gifted. And then these are the ones that I'm keeping, and I will swatch a couple. So I have Desire. I have Winter Mist, which you guys have seen quite a few times. I also have Marmalade or Marmalade. And then I also have Twilight. These are stunning. They're very easy to work with. They're very opaque. They're very impactful. They are bulletproof. I can't say enough. They're stunning, you guys. They almost have, if you've played with like kinetic sand, like especially if you have kids, they almost have that kind of texture to them. But once they're placed, they don't feel like that. And they dry down beautifully. They're absolutely stunning. Like, that is not doing it any type of justice at all. I mean, the reflect in here, the glitter, the shimmer, the sparkle, they're absolutely stunning. And no, they're not a product I use all the time. None of these are, hence me decluttering. But I love having these. And if I want to just do something that is incredibly impactful, but literally takes no time, they're stunning. And I do have a code with Empress Me. It's Riri20 for 20% off. That is affiliated. Next up, I have a couple of these little Morbid Mistress, I believe is the brand. And honestly, I don't even know if they're still a brand or not. I need to check that. But they are like beautiful multi-chrome shadows. And this one is Ocean Ids, and this one is Runes of Legend. And you can see this one is like purpley blue teal. And then this one's more fiery. And a lot of these types of products, they're more like jelly or liquid. If anything is dried out at all, then automatically I'm just going to toss it. These are another product that I wish I used more of. I need to probably keep these out because it's another one that is incredibly impactful, looks absolutely stunning, very long lasting. I will say with these, the couple times that I have used them, be cautious in trying to layer too much because they'll try to picks up the product underneath. Beautiful high shine, quite impactful, very long lasting. Cannot say enough, they're beautiful. I'm not getting rid of much so far. Next up, I don't even know where I got this from. Maybe from Kate, but I'm not sure. But it's called Glam Glitter Pigment from the Be Beautiful studio. So that is what it looks like. And with this is typically something almost kind of like the look I have today. I like to do things like this when I have a smoky eye, and then I'll go in and put a glitter glue on. And this is kind of like a pinky champagne with tons and tons of sparkle. But I will put the NYX glitter glue on and then press this like in the center. But you can see how stunning that is. And again, I don't reach for them all the time, you guys. Which kind of makes me sad because now that I'm playing with them, I'm like, damn, pretty damn nice. Okay, I'm gonna keep that too. Mother F. This might be my worst declutter yet. Next up is the I Am Calm Jelly Much Shadow from ColourPop. This was from the Hocus Pocus collection, and it's stunning, and I've used it quite a bit. It's actually, a lot of it's gone. It's beautiful, absolutely stunning, and I love how it looks on the lids. Kind of reminds me of the Feels from the Gourmand Girls palette, the That Time of the Year palette, where it's like white icy, but then it has this beautiful green shift to it. It's absolutely stunning, and then it's got like really pretty sparkle in there and like bigger like glitter pieces, as you can see. And it's just beautiful, absolutely stunning. It sticks really well, it lasts a long time on the lids, it blends out well. I just love it, so I'm also going to keep this. Okay, now we're diving into this bad boy right here. These are some of the very first Nomad Cosmetics products that I ever tried. I got them in like Ipsy's glam bags or something like that. This is the, I have no idea, Intense Eyeshadow. And that is what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and declutter both of these just because I have multiple Nomad Cosmetics palettes now, so I don't really need these, so I'm going to declutter those. Next up, I have this old ass, and she just relaunched, I think, her line, so I'm going to see if they have this, but Carmen D, she's a makeup artist. She had, I don't even know what it was called. I think it was just called Carmen D Makeup, but this is the Next Level Eyeshadow in Golden Touch. I literally went through like 5 of these. And her brand has not been a brand until the recent one for like 5 years. So that's how old this is. But look how freaking intense and smooth that is. Insanity, you guys. Dang it, I'm tempted to keep it. I know it's at least 4 or 5 years old though, so I'm gonna toss it. But yeah, it was Carmen D & Co. She just relaunched. I would urge you to maybe try her stuff based on how incredible this was, but we're gonna throw this right away in the trash right down here because yeah, that thing's old as dirt. Next up, I have this LA Colors Beauty in Bloom little eyeshadow, and it's like a little eyeshadow trio. They're shimmers. This was actually really beautiful. I had done a Dollar Tree like full face or something like that, and this was one of the products that I picked up from that. For this to have been $1, pretty damn impressive, but I don't need it. We have enough, and I don't reach for this, so I'm gonna also declutter that. Next up, I have this Cosmetic Seafoam Glitter. I don't even know where it came from. I don't use glitter very often. We know this, and I did keep one that's more finely milled, so I am gonna declutter that. Next up, I have the Gourmand Girls, the Golden Hour little like glitter foil. I am only going to declutter this. It is stunning, but I'm not the best at these. I am not the best at like the little glitter foil flakes and stuff like that, even though it was absolutely gorgeous. Like the multi-chrome shift in there is stunning. I just don't work well with these, and that's the truth. But it's stunning, and I'm going to pass it along to somebody who I know will absolutely love it. So also decluttering that. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting... that stuff's everywhere. Now we're getting somewhere. Alright, next I will pull all of these out. These are all of the Wednesday Cosmetics little flakes. And they're the same thing. They're so damn beautiful, you guys. I got the whole collection. But I just don't use these. I don't use stuff like this, and I'm not well versed, and they're not my favorite products, and honestly I'm lazy as hell. But you can see, oh please gosh, don't let me make a mess. They're messy, and I don't always like the aesthetic once they're actually on the eyes. But you can see how beautiful they are. So yeah, I'm also going to pass along all 5 of these. This stuff is literally everywhere now. Alright, beautiful in theory, just not Riri's cup of tea or Riri's double shot of tequila, which sounds really damn good right now. Tequila and lime, anybody else? Next up, I have this MAC 3D Holographic Silver Glitter. I think I might hold on to this, only because I know I don't use glitter very often. I'm not a fan of glitter. We all know this, unless it's like a glitter gel or jelly, like a jelly much type shadow. But I hate to get rid of it and not have any glitters at all, so I'll keep both of these. I think. Next up is a Rebel Rouge Labs Jelly Shadow in the shade Beeper. I really love her formula. It's very reminiscent of, you know, ColourPop and stuff like that. This one is starting to dry out a little bit, and it's more like putty. So all of like the color and pigment has kind of shifted and like separated a little bit. But they were very, very beautiful, long lasting. Oh my God, I just wiped it everywhere. I wonder if y'all can see this. All these little flakes flying everywhere. Anyways, really beautiful. I think she did a great job on these. Love the component and everything. We're going to pass that along. Next up, I have the Naked Cosmetics. This is heavy metal, and it is just a loose pigment in a really beautiful kind of varnished, goldy, yellowy, bronzy shade. Gonna pass that along. We don't need it. Next up, I don't know where the hell this came from, but it's another loose pigment. Again, I don't use these. These have all been sitting in this container, you guys, for forever, and I haven't touched them. Next up, we have another one of those, the Be Beautiful Studio Glitters. This is Toast Cosmic Glitter. I'm trying to show you guys this stuff without making an absorbent amount of a mess. And this is a very deep rose gold. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pass this one along. We have a more silvery one, and then we have like the soft champagne-y pink one. So I don't think I need any more. Next up, I have two LA Colors eyeshadows. Again, I think I got them in like my Dollar Tree thing. I'm gonna go ahead and pass those along. I have this Sample Beauty liquid eyeshadow in this kind of mustardy yellow color. I don't reach for it, and I know I'm probably not going to reach for it, so I'm going to declutter. Next up, we have this Pixie by Petra. This was the Miriam Maquillage Starry Nights, a little eye glitter thing. I used this actually quite a bit when I first got it. It is incredibly beautiful. Very, very impactful, very opaque. It looks stunning on the lids, lasts a long time. I just don't reach for it, so I'm also going to pass it along. Hopefully this does not smear. But that is what it looks like. It's got like a deep charcoal, like black base with tons and tons of glitter in it. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Do I need it? No, I don't. Next up, we also have a Hang Fang liquid shadow. I don't even know where I got this from. Let me see if it's dried out or anything. Whoa! I don't know why I'm not using this more often. Holy freaking crap. That is intense, y'all. Wow. Damn. That's really nice. I'm not going to use it though, so I'm going to pass it along. I am going to pass these, the ones that I've touched my eyes with. Obviously, I would never sell those types of things. But I have a few of you that I give these types of things to. Alright, next we have a Laura Mercier little caviar like eyeshadow stick. I don't even think I ever touched this. I don't use them very often, so we'll pass that along. Next we have a Focallure eyeshadow stick. It is in like a cranberry shade. I also don't use these very often, so we'll pass that along. Next up, we have an IBY Beauty little mini Lush eyeshadow single in the shade Dance Party, and I think I swatched it one time. I don't think I actually ever used it. It is in an intense green shade. I have green 8,000 times over, so definitely don't need that. Let me wipe this off real quick, y'all, because I'm scared I'm going to smear it. BRB. Alright, next up we have a bunch of loose pigments. I have the Rebel Rouge Labs Stardust shade Morrison. Just because I don't use them, I'm just going to go ahead and declutter. I have the loose pigment in the shade, I have no idea, but I have never used it. It is still completely sealed. I am going to pick a couple of these because I have a whole collection that Kate sent me and I only ever used one of them. So I'm going to pick maybe my couple favorites from these. So we have a more limey green with some glitters and then a more kind of soft green. I think I'm going to keep this one and we'll declutter this one. And then we have a super pretty like sagey green and then one that's slightly like, maybe like one shade lighter, but it looks frosty. Like if you can see, this one's sage and this one looks a little bit more like frosted. So I think I'm going to keep this one, declutter this one. And then we have two that are more like grungy green shades. This one has more of a like earthy, like sagey tone to it. This one's more like varnished. I'll keep this one. And then we have this limey green one I will go ahead and declutter that one. I have this beautiful deep berry, like cranberry shade that looks like it has a little bit of like sheen or shimmer to it. I'm gonna declutter. We have this Makeup by Shea Galactic Black Sparkle Glitter with tons and tons of glitters in it. I don't really think I need this. I don't really want to open any of these because they literally go everywhere. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty though. I just know I don't use this stuff. Oh! Damn it. No, I'm not keeping it. I'm not keeping things I know I'm not going to use. And I know plenty of people that are glitter lovers and love, gimme all the glitter. So I'm decluttering all of that. Next up, we have this ColourPop and Disney Princess. I have no idea. It's still in the package. Disney Princess Touch the Sky. And that is what it looks like. Obviously, if I have not used it yet and it's still sealed, I don't need it. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter that as well. Next up is the ColourPop Cream Shadow. This is in the shade, I don't know. Hold on a second. It's still in the package. Oh, I remember why I got this now. It is in the shade Moonbeam, and I actually got this to use as an eye base for like neutral shadows and stuff. I am going to keep this. I'm keeping it out, and I'm putting it up here in my everyday drawer. That way I'll remember to use it. Next up is all of my Super Shock shadows, and I have a couple from Ace Beauté. Basically, if they're not dried out, I'll pass them along. If they are dried out, clearly we're just going to toss them. So I have the shade Flower Shop. That is what it looks like. It's slightly dry, but I'm still picking up, I feel like, enough on my finger that I feel like the pigment is okay in it, so we'll pass that along. Next up, we have some from the Raw Beauty Christie collection. I love Raw Beauty Christie, if you did not know. This is the shade Like a Moss, and it's a beautiful kind of varnished, antique-y, goldy green with a lot of shimmer. Whoa, that's still very soft. Cool. Oh, I might keep this one. We'll see. We'll see. If I do keep stuff, you guys, I think I need to actually just take it out of this container, because this container is under my vanity. Like, it's like lifted off the ground and it's under there. So I just don't see these, so I don't reach for them. Next up in that same collection is Mycelium. And this one is very much like champagne-y with a ton of shimmers. That one's slightly more dry, but still very intense. Definitely could get some more love out of it, so I'll pass that one along. And then last in that collection is Campfire. And it's just a little bit more toasty, more kind of bronzy, a lot of shimmer. That one also is starting to get a little dry, but I'm still picking it up well on my finger, so I'm also going to pass along. Next up is the shade I Like You Super Shock Shadow. This is an ultra glitter, and this one kind of reminds me of Peachy Keen or Peachy Keen from JD Glow, where it's like orangey, peachy, yellowy, pinky. This one is definitely dry. I'm digging and digging and digging and digging and barely getting some off. Yeah, all right. That one's going to get tossed. And then the next one is 8 Track, which is a pearlized Super Shock Shadow. And that one is like a, what is that shade? Like gunmetal-y, varnished something or other. Whoa! That one is stunning and still very creamy. Damn! I didn't expect that, you guys. That is what that one looks like. I'm almost tempted to keep it, but I'm sure I have it in a palette. So the only one I'm keeping is this one. And then the 2 Ace Beauté ones, I think I got in like Ipsy or something like that. This one is the shade Cotton Candy. And this one is another one that's kind of like Peachy Keen, where it's like peachy, pinky, goldy. That one's a little dry, but I feel like I'm picking up enough pigment that somebody could still get some use out of it. And then the last one is the shade Iced Latte, and it's just kind of a more neutrally brown with like gold hues to it. And that one feels very soft and has tons of shimmer. Whoa! That is gorgeous. Ooh, do I want to keep that? Silver glitter in there? Oh man, that's pretty. No. No, Darissa. No. We're not keeping it. I'm also going to declutter that one. And then last, but certainly not least, darlings, is my multi-chrome liquid shadows from Rebel Rouge Labs. I do have the entire collection. I think maybe I'm missing one. I'm not sure. This is the shade Leviathan. And as long as these are not dried out, I think I'm going to keep maybe 2. I'll keep my favorite 2, which would obviously be the ones with like greens in them. So let me let this dry. Next up is Chimera, which is probably my favorite one. These glide on like butter. They blend out very, very well. They're quite opaque, long lasting. She killed it with this formula. This is Basilisk. And then we have the shade Hydra, which is another one of my favorites. And then we have Siren. Yeah, none of them are dried out. Ooh, God, those are pretty. And you could use these for eyeshadows or eyeliners, which I love. Trying to let them dry just a little bit so I can show you guys, and so they won't smear everywhere. So there are our shades. And I think I'm going to keep Hydra and Chimera, and then we'll go ahead and declutter the rest. I'm going to count everything up. We'll put our total right here, what I kept and what I decluttered. I actually got rid of 90% of it, pretty much. I only kept like 10-ish things. Also, don't forget about this. Super affordable if you do have a lot of like single pot type shadows, super shock shadows, things like that. These work beautifully and they're inexpensive as hell. But that is it, beauties. I love you. Stay happy, healthy, and safe. And of course, be your own best beautiful. Bye, beauties.